Hello everyone, I'm Eric Breeden. I've just created a YouTube channel and this is my official channel. I hope you'll support me. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's a beautiful day and I am so ready to dive into the absolute mess that is happening in Genoa City right now. Grab your coffee or whatever you need because we have a lot to unpack today and honestly, my head is spinning from all the drama. Let's get right into it. So I have been staring at my screen for the last few hours, just trying to process what the writers are doing with Abby and Devon right now. And honestly, I am just so tired of seeing these two go around in circles. But at the same time, I can't look away. It's like watching a slow motion car crash. You know it's going to end badly, but you just have to see how much damage is going to be done. The latest updates for The Young and the Restless are painting a very bleak picture for the Winters marriage. Like we are talking about a marriage that is actively standing on the edge of a cliff right now, and it really looks like things are going to get a whole lot worse before they get better, if they even get better at all, which, let's be real, who actually believes this is going to end well? Let's just talk about the elephant in the room first. Abby and Devon are facing some massive, serious challenges in their relationship right now. And whenever a soap opera couple faces this much pressure, we all know what happens next. Cheating, it is always cheating. The fans on social media have been screaming about this for weeks. Every time Devon gets that cold, stubborn look on his face, you just know he is pushing his wife further and further away. And Abby is not exactly the kind of person who just sits around and takes it. She has a history, a very messy history. And that is what I really want to talk about today, because we cannot ignore the fact that Abby has a track record when it comes to infidelity. I mean, do we all remember how she and Devon even got together in the first place? She cheated on Chance Chancellor with Devon, a good friend, the guy who helped her have a baby. She literally betrayed her husband because she was feeling lonely and disconnected. So why on earth would anyone think she wouldn't do the exact same thing to Devon now that their relationship is hitting a rough patch? Abby has proven time and time again that she is more than willing to turn to another man for comfort when her romantic life gets rocky. It's a pattern. It's just what she does. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded a bit dramatic, but you get what I mean. She seeks comfort, and right now she is desperate for some comfort. But who is she going to turn to? Well, this is where things get really interesting, because lately we have been seeing Abby sharing a lot more screen time with Daniel Romolanti Jr., and I have to say I did not see this coming. But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Daniel and Abby have been bonding recently, mostly because they are both completely fed up with Devon. They both share the exact same opinion that Devon is being way too harsh on Mariah Copeland. And nothing brings two people together on a soap opera faster than a shared grievance. So let's break down what is actually happening with Devon and Mariah, because it is the root of all this marital destruction. A few episodes ago, Devon decided to go behind Abby's back and try to overturn Mariah's plea deal. He wants her in prison, not just in a mental health facility getting treatment. He wants her locked up behind bars. He wants her to suffer. And he did this without even telling his wife. What were they thinking? How could Devon possibly think that keeping a secret like that from Abby was going to end well? And then we get this scene in Chancellor Park. Oh my gosh. This scene, it was so clunky but so revealing. Devon just walks right up to his wife, who is actively avoiding him, and says, "Are you going to avoid me forever?" Like, really, Devon? You go behind her back to destroy someone she cares about, and you are annoyed that she needs some space. He asks her if she got his messages about Lily and Holden Novak, and she just flatly says yes. You can feel the ice radiating off of her. Abby admits she is still hurt. She is angry. She is furious that he tried to reverse the plea deal without telling her. And Devon's response, he literally says, that was the only thing we could do, and I felt it was worth it. Worth it? Worth destroying your marriage? Worth alienating your wife? Abby pushes back and asks if he really wants to push Mariah to the point where they have to throw her in jail. And Devon, with a straight face, says, if so, is that the worst outcome? Yes, Devon! Yes, it is, because she needs help, not a prison cell. Abby calls him out perfectly. She tells him this is all about revenge. And, of course, Devon denies it. He says it's about justice. He actually asks his wife why she thinks they should spare Mariah and why she isn't as angry as he is. It is just so frustrating to watch. Devon is completely blinded by his own pain and anger. He is so focused on punishing Mariah that he cannot see that his own wife is slipping right through his fingers. The longer this conflict drags on, the worse their marital problems are going to get. It is a classic Y&R setup. The husband becomes obsessed with a vendetta, ignores the wife, and the wife finds someone else who actually listens to her. Enter Daniel Romalotti. Let's just zoom out and talk about Daniel for a second, because Daniel has been going through absolute hell lately. The writers have just been piling the trauma on this guy. First, he has to deal with the heartbreaking loss of Heather Stevens. He was grieving. He was lost. He was completely emotionally destroyed. And then, in his vulnerable state, he starts catching feelings for Tessa Porter, which, okay, was a choice. I remember watching that storyline start and thinking, where are they going with this? Daniel actually thought that he and Tessa could be something real. He thought they had potential to develop into a meaningful romantic relationship. But then the writers pulled the rug out from under him, because recently Tessa and Daniel got shoved right back into the friend zone, and honestly, it was probably for the best, but it left Daniel with a massively bruised ego. To make matters worse, Daniel, trying to be the good guy, actually urged Tessa to make up with Mariah. He pushed the woman he was crushing on back into the arms of her troubled wife. That is a selfless move, but it left him in such an awkward position. Now he is stuck trying to maintain this forced, friendly dynamic with Tessa while secretly regretting what could have been. He is lonely. He is frustrated. We even saw this play out in a recent scene with his parents. Danny just got back from Barcelona with a surprise for Christine. Christine is talking about maybe taking over the rest of the district attorney's term. They are having this sweet, supportive moment, and then Daniel just barges in and ruins the mood. He starts complaining about how he didn't get to go to Barcelona because Tessa changed the situation. He's bitter. He is whining. And then he actually asks his mom if, as the new DA, she would have any influence on the court to overturn Mariah's plea deal. He is obsessed with the Mariah situation too, but from a totally different angle than Devon. Daniel is hurting because Mariah's drama ruined his chance with Tessa. So you have Daniel, who's emotionally fragile, lonely, and nursing a broken heart. And you have Abby, who is furious, feeling betrayed by her husband, and desperate for someone to validate her feelings. It is a recipe for disaster, or a recipe for a really juicy affair, depending on how you look at it. And let's not forget the history here. This is what I love about when the show remembers its own history. Daniel and Abby are not strangers. They have a past. They had a whole romantic entanglement back in the day. Back when Abby was going through her whole naked heiress phase. Remember that? When she was acting out, trying to get attention, doing crazy stunts. Daniel was there. They had a connection. So it is not like they are starting from scratch. There is a foundation there, a history of attraction. And maybe it is time for these two to revisit that romance. I mean, think about it. Abby is actively avoiding Devon. She does not want to be in the same room as him. She does not understand how he can be so cruel and unforgiving. And then she runs into Daniel. Daniel, who used to date her, Daniel, who thinks Devon is being a jerk, Daniel, who is also feeling lost and alone. Are they going to find solace in each other through their shared misery? Yes, absolutely yes. I can already see the scenes playing out in my head. They are going to meet up for coffee at Crimson Lights or grab a drink at the GCAC. They are going to start complaining about their lives. Abby will vent about Devon's obsession with revenge. Daniel will vent about Tessa and how he feels like a fool for catching feelings. They will look at each other. They will realize they are the only two people who understand what the other's going through. And then, boom, it could push Abby right into Daniel's arms. And let's be real, probably into his bed in the near future. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Daniel knows better than to mess with a married woman. Does he, though? Does anyone on this show know better? Daniel knows that going down that path is a terrible idea. He knows it is fraught with complications. Devon is a powerful guy, and Abby is a Newman Abbott. Getting involved in that mess is just asking for trouble. But when you are hurting and someone is offering you comfort, it is really hard to resist. The pull of finding solace with someone who just gets it might be too strong for Daniel to fight. And for Abby, it is just history repeating itself. When she felt neglected and unheard by chance, she slept with Devon. Now she is feeling neglected and unheard by Devon, so she is going to sleep with Daniel. It is like she has this self-destruct button in her relationships. The minute things get hard, the minute her partner stops acting exactly the way she wants them to, she looks for an escape hatch. Maybe I'm being a little unfair to Abby. I know Devon is being incredibly difficult right now. His lack of empathy for Mariah is staggering. He is acting like a completely different person. The Devon I used to know would have understood that Mariah is sick and needs help. But this new vengeful Devon, I don't blame Abby for not wanting to be around him. But cheating is not the answer. It never is. But this is a soap opera, so of course it is the only answer the writers are going to give us. It makes you wonder how Devon is going to react when he inevitably finds out, because secrets never stay hidden in Genoa City. Someone is going to see them. Maybe Phyllis will catch her son with Abby. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine Phyllis finding out he's already losing her mind over Victor stealing the Summers conglomerate and framing her with eye evidence? If she finds out Daniel is sleeping with Victor's daughter, that would be explosive. Or maybe Tessa will figure it out. Tessa, who just friend-zoned Daniel. Imagine how awkward that would be. The fallout from this potential affair would be massive. It would destroy the Winters family all over again. What about little Dominic? That poor kid has already been through so much custody drama with his three parents. Now his mom and dad are going to blow up their marriage because his dad is obsessed with putting his mom's niece in prison, and his mom decided to sleep with a former rock star's son. Just ridiculous. But I am here for it. I really am. Because as much as I am tired of the cheating tropes, It is better than watching Devon and Abby argue about the same thing for another 6 months. We need some movement in this storyline. We need a catalyst that is going to force them to either fix their marriage or blow it up completely. And Daniel Romalotti seems to be the perfect match to light that fuse. So what do you guys think? Do you think Abby and Daniel are destined to be the next big cheating scandal? Given a history of infidelity, it seems almost guaranteed at this point. I just hope the writers actually give us some good emotional build-up before they just throw them into bed together. Let them talk. Let them connect over their shared past. Make us actually believe that they are finding real comfort in each other rather than just using each other to get back at their exes. But then again, this is the young and the restless. They will probably just bump into each other in a hotel hallway, complain for 2 minutes, and end up in a suite. I'm just exhausted thinking about it. But I'll be watching tomorrow and the next day, because that's what we do. We complain, we rant, we second guess the writers, and then we tune right back in to see what happens next. It's just wild to me how fast things change. A few months ago, Abby and Devon were the picture of domestic bliss. They survived the whole Chance fallout. They built their little family. They seemed solid. And now, one disagreement over a plea deal, and they are acting like they hate each other. It just goes to show that no couple is ever truly safe on this show. The minute you get comfortable, the writers throw a wrench in the works. And honestly, Devon brought this on himself. If he had just communicated with his wife, if he had just said, hey, I am really struggling with this Mariah thing, and I think I need to take legal action, maybe they could have worked through it. But no, he had to go wrong. He had to play God with someone's life. And now he is going to lose his wife because of it. I guess we will just have to wait and see if Daniel is the one who finally breaks them apart. Keep your eyes on those two, because the chemistry is definitely starting to simmer. All right, I need to go take a break from staring at this screen. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you want to see Abby and Daniel together, or should she fight for her marriage with Devon?